I've owned Ford trucks for the past 10 years, but I think the time has finally come for me to break up with Ford, and I'm about to show you why.
Come on, be smooth for the video. Hey, you don't own a 3D scanner, do you?
Just landed in Palm Springs, walked outside to the passenger pickup area, and there was a brand new Ram RHO waiting for us. It literally has the destination of where we're headed plugged into the GPS here.
Road, then take the second left.
Loaded with snacks, which that's a nice little touch. It went down to a V6, but it has like 540 horsepower, something like that. Let's see if I can find sport mode. Buenos dias.
What's going on in there?
You don't want to know what was going on in there. That was my hotel room for the night. It's a Airstream camp trailer. And there's my neighbor. And then there's my neighbor. Actually, you know what? My other neighbor over here is somebody you guys might know. Let's go see if he's awake.
What year is it?
Party time. So listen, my friends. Today, we're at a place called Auto Camp. It's a resort, like a hotel made out of camp trailers, but that's not what this video is about. Ram Trucks called us and said, hey, we got a brand new truck coming out to replace the TRX, and it's called the RHO. They basically said, here's the keys, here's the course, do what you want. The email literally said, jump, drift, rock crawl, so it's kind of like a blank canvas. We're willing to give it the full onion today. And it sounds like Ram might be willing to let us do the same, so. Not a paid advertisement. This is more or less just Ram said, hey, we want to see what you guys think of our trucks, and we're gonna let you do whatever you want. We're gonna give you our real, honest feedback on what the trucks are capable of.
You really think they're gonna let us jump it? We're gonna jump it.
Well, come on in, everyone. Come on in. Come on in.
No, not us.
Yeah.
You got the wrong guys.
No. The diesel dudes.
Oh!
Huh?
How'd you know?
Yeah, because I've seen you guys build before. I've seen you flying in here. You're dipping, huh? Boom,
Yeah, did you see it?
Boom. Yeah.
Section. Good, I'm glad you noticed.
Welcome to Joshua Tree.
Thank you. The new RHO handled pretty well on that whoop section, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all we need for the day. We need some 5-hour power and
Oh, they got the Shamrock?
1 quart of whole chocolate milk.
The good stuff is what we call them. The diet just started.
Eat your height in meat. Don't mind if I do. Today I'm gonna eat my height in meat.
There you go.
They have a 5'9" one?
Yeah, I got some scissors.
I hope you added chugging sound effects. According to what we've heard, these trucks are governed at 118 miles an hour, and that's actually not a mechanical limit of the truck. It is a limit of the tires. The tires are only speed rated to 118, so Ram said, all right, we'll push it all the way up to 118. 118 miles an hour on a loose, dry lake bed is a rodeo, and we're about to enter that rodeo with guns blazing. I'm gonna give Nate the camera here in the back and see how she looks. 107. Come on, baby. Give me 118. 118. There she is. show you what we're working with today. This is a Ram 1500 RHO. It's basically what replaced the TRX. Main differences are the engine. It's a straight six, 540 horsepower, twin turbo, ton of power, super lightweight, 8-speed transmission, 13 inches of suspension travel up front, 14 inches of suspension travel in the rear, full programmable suspension. So got like tow mode, rock crawl mode, Baja mode, sport mode. It has traction control, but the limits on it are really, really wide open, which means you can get this thing real sideways before the traction control kind of helps you and brings you back in. You can't legally put beadlock wheels on a street driven vehicle. The way that they did this is right now it's set up like a regular wheel, but if you want, you can buy the kit from Ram, pop this beadlock ring off, put the tire on the outside, clamp the ring on, and you got beadlock wheels with the factory wheels, which is something cool I've never seen before. And everybody says, oh, it's like a trophy truck. This is very similar to how a trophy truck feels, obviously just on a scaled down, you know, production version. It's got big Bilstein shocks that are all electronic valves, bypasses, all the good stuff that you would expect from an off-road truck. It basically has like ride height sensors on the suspension. They tell the truck's computer when the truck is airborne. So if you're jumping, those sensors say, hey, suspension's drooped out, program the suspension to do this when you land, and it makes sure that all your landings are as smooth as possible, which is really cool. He had gone maybe 200 yards and then just whoop, bush.
Oh yeah, first thing I did was hit a bush.
It was an invasive species. He had to get it out of here. We just did a really fun kind of a windy 50, 60, 70, depending on who's driving, 80, 90 mile an hour trail, kind of a gravel road.
Bushwhacking.
Put Diesel Dave in. He immediately took care of some invasive species. Big old bush that was just kind of talking shit on the side of the road there. I'm just absolutely impressed. And I'm not, like, literally guys, I'm not here, I didn't get paid to be here, I didn't get paid to say nice things about this truck. I'm here giving you my honest opinion, and you'll see some of the GoPro shots. We're in there just like, holy shit, this thing is insane. Like, this is an incredibly capable truck, and it just takes everything we've thrown at it so far. For the money, fully loaded, this model was like 80 something. They start at 69, whereas a Raptor, you go try to buy a Raptor, you're like 100, 120.
These trucks actually handle better at high speeds than low speeds.
What you doing?
Erasing the evidence of my whiskey throttle. Truck's awesome. I mean, I got in with it fully tuned up in Baja mode, sensitive throttle, and gravel road, and just let her eat. So don't judge me by my performance. I was like a little kid getting on a little motorcycle for the first time, just whiskey throttled it through the bushes. I had a great time, and that's all that matters, right? We're just here to have fun. This is the area where I hit the bush. Can't see anything, right?
We're gonna go do the rock course and then head over to some sand dunes, and then we gotta get out of here because we got a flight to catch. This is the best day ever. See how big my arm's getting when I drink this stuff?
Hey, you can't park there.
I can park here? I think I actually can.
That's actually crazy. Slow. You're good.
Careful, that's the bush hunting side.
Here is done just in time because the truck is still in actually immaculate condition. A little bit of, you know, dirt here, a little bit of
Falling here.
bush on the front. I mean, my overall opinion is it's a lot of truck for the money. When you compare it to what else you were to go buy new right now, you're not going to get that much truck with that much capability for that kind of money. Pushed it very hard, like as hard as I would push like an actual full-blown off-road vehicle, and it took everything without a dent, a ding, scratch, pop tire. Thank you to Ram for inviting us out and doing what you said you were gonna do. Nobody told us to stop, nobody told us to slow down, nobody told us to do anything other than have fun and see what we could do with the truck. I'm sold. I would actually buy one of these for myself. In fact, I might. We'll see.
I think I might too. If you get a chance to drive an RHO, take it. You won't regret it.
All right, just touched down in Las Vegas. Just met up with our friends from Ram, and they were so kind to provide us with a brand new Ram. I think it's a 2500 Laramie.
The thing about Dave Sparks is he has a cord for everything. If you're missing a cord or you need a cord, doesn't matter if the gadget was born in early 80s or just came out, or it hasn't even hit the market yet. He's somehow got a cord.
Somebody need a light? My new phone charger's got a plasma lighter on one end and a flashlight on the other end. Pop that bad boy off, you got a USB right there. TikTok shop got me. What, you don't gotta roll on everything like when I found the cake machine. I am a sucker for chocolate cake though.
Then he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Ram makes, heavy duty stuff made for pulling the big loads that we just did, all the way to like pretty off-road specific models. Now Ram has a truck called the Power Wagon, which is like a legendary off-road truck, but unfortunately for us, the Power Wagon only comes with a gas engine. Luckily, Ram decided to step it up and offer a more off-road package for their Cummins truck as well, which is the Ram Rebel, which is the one I'm driving right now. It's got an axle locker, a locking transfer case, more off-road features, and a little bit different styling and trim, but for the most part, it's the same as the rest of the lineup. Same 430 horsepower, 1,075 foot-pounds of torque, very, very off-road capable. As you can see, we're at the top of a very loose, shale, kind of just loose rock hill in the middle of the desert here in the mining country. Got a big mountain behind us flipping us off for whatever reason. Trucks 10 years ago wouldn't have been doing this as comfortably. I mean, they could do it for sure, but having those advanced off-road features make the experience way safer, way more comfortable. The Ram gal that we're driving with said that for her to make it up earlier, she had to air down a little bit to get a little more traction. So I thought, I don't want to air down, so I'll speed up, get a little more momentum. Well, halfway through the hill, there's like a straight up wall that if I would have hit, would have probably torn the bumper off. So I slowed down a little bit, and it kind of almost came to a stop, which coming to a stop on a loose, steep hill like that is a recipe for just not being able to go anywhere and having to back up and try again. The active four-wheel drive on this thing slowed it down, and then it engaged slowly rather than just blowing the tires out, and literally just kept going right up to the loose hill. That was impressive.
I just crashed the drone.
Trying to debate on what snack to get, but Can't be healthy, right?
Those look like something you'd put in your drink.
I would. Not my Yoo-hoo though. I'm not a psychopath. Real world testing with Ram trucks is gas station stops. How well they do at gas station stops, because that is a staple in our business.
Many waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Okay guys, listen up. The whole purpose of this video was to show you kind of like a behind the scenes look at how our partnership with Ram came about and why I believe this is so much different than any other partnership I've personally ever had. Truthfully, I think this is different than anything Ram's done before. I don't know how to emphasize this enough. Ram is doing stuff I have never in a million years would have thought like a big automotive manufacturer would do. Their marketing strategy is the most aggressive thing I've ever seen. And it's not just like they're getting out there and like putting ads everywhere. They're talking to us. People like you and me, they're creating content and ads specifically for the people that buy their trucks and you know, drive their vehicles. We're sitting here now in Darlington, South Carolina at the Speedway. Ram got a hold of us a few weeks ago and said, hey, we are bringing back the Hemi, because remember all the automotive companies kind of went away from big engines and started going more towards the EV and focused more on like efficiency and that kind of stuff, which is always, you know, it's a good thing, but it's not what real like motorheads and gearheads want. Like, when you think truck, you want power, you want horsepower, you want like the rumble and the growl of a big V8 engine. They're like, hey guys, we heard you, hold my beer and watch this. All of us consumers, all of us fans have wanted to see the big automotive manufacturers come back and be bold again, like do something and be proud of it, and like something aggressive and something that makes people like, oh my gosh, they really did that. That's what Ram is doing. And it's not just with the Hemi. They're doing this across the board. Over the next year or two, they have got some of the most ridiculous plans. I thought the golden, you know, age of automotive performance and stuff like that was behind us. I don't think so. I think the way that Ram's doing it right now, we could be entering into a new golden age. Anyways, guys, I'm rambling now because I'm just super excited, but all I'll say is buckle up, because Ram is coming back with a vengeance. Truck is like my life. It's my livelihood. I'm in my trucks all day, every day. I use them for work. I use them for play. I use them for everything. It's basically my mobile office. It's moving from Ford to something else. It wasn't something that I took light. I didn't have a partnership or anything with them. I didn't have a completely pain-free relationship with Ford. In fact, I blew up more engines than I care to count, and I'm not even really sure why, because we didn't really even push them that hard. We didn't do a bunch of crazy performance stuff. I just got to the point where I was a little bit frustrated. So when Ram reached out and said, hey, come try out our new 2025 trucks, I was very intrigued. And as you've seen in this video, we literally have tested the entire lineup. And I'm not here getting paid to tell you, oh, it's the best truck in the world. I want to give you my real honest feedback. And I will tell you, through this whole deal, I've formed a partnership with Ram, and I'm stoked about it. I received this truck about 2 months ago. And since then, I've put right around 5,000 miles on it. I've driven this thing like crazy. Towing, I've driven it on road trips, I've driven it empty, I've driven it around town, and I've done it in the stock configuration, because remember, when I got this truck, it was bone stock, it was grandpa stock. This only has a 4.5-inch lift. It's a McGoy's 4.5-inch lift. They've been doing lifts forever, and my buddy Steve over there just knows how to build a suspension system that flat out works. We did the 37-inch tires. Now 37s may seem big on a truck this size in the dually configuration. The 37s don't actually look that giant. They feel proportional to the truck. So I took the 37-inch Yokohamas. Something about this tire just does it for me. I'm literally physically attracted to these tires. It's kind of weird. These wheels are 22-inch wheels. 22 and 24-inch wheels on dually trucks came from the world of big rigs, because big rigs run 22.5 and 24.5-inch wheels. Well, you can't run 22.5-inch wheels on a truck like this without running semi tires. The problem with semi tires is they are harder than shit. It makes the ride quality terrible. You don't need to run big rig tires on a truck like that weighs this much. A lot of companies have started to take and cut the wheel size down to a 22 or a 24, which means you can run regular light truck mud tires. So DDC, you get the big rig lug pattern look, but you don't have to run adapters. Normally to get this look, you have to run a big steel adapter that bolts onto the truck and then has big 10 lugs on the other side, and that's the only way you can get it to work. Not anymore. Underneath this cover right here is a standard bolt-on wheel. No adapters, no spacers, nothing. So you get the 10 lug big rig gnarly look without any of the drama of spacers or adapters. Other than the wheels, tires, and lift, I didn't really do much else other than paint match by my good friend Robbie Layton. I had him get rid of all the chrome trim. I went straight to Ram and ordered one of their sport model hoods. So this is a Laramie truck with a sport model Ram hood. That's a factory hood. I just love the little subtle hood scoop. I think the last piece I did was add Mopar factory tonneau cover. It goes up out of the way, but then close that, close the tailgate, lock the truck. Everything in your bed is now secure. And with the hard cover, I can walk on this hard tonneau cover. You can't do that with soft covers. Before I get into the things I love about this truck, I want to be very candid with you and tell you some of the stuff that I didn't love about it, but they're also not huge things. Within about the first week of driving this, something weird happened where I would put the turn signal on and all of a sudden there'd be like a weird chime, like a distorted beeping sound, almost like the seatbelt chime. So I took it to the Ram dealership, boom, reflashed it, golden, got rid of it. The other problem I had was the rear power window switch. It just never worked. But the beauty of buying a new truck is you've got the warranty. Ram officially has America's best full-size truck limited powertrain warranty with 10 years on 100,000 miles. The fact that they stand behind the powertrain of these trucks now for 10 years, guys, that is a complete game changer. That's the best warranty in the business. Ram has had the best engine for years. It might have been like 1990, 91 when Ram entered their partnership with Cummins, and it started with the 12 valve, and to the 24 valve, and it was the 5.9, the common rail, and just kept on getting better and better and better. They've continued that tradition by now making the Cummins high output engine standard in all of their trucks. It puts out 430 horsepower and 1,075 foot-pounds of torque. The way the Cummins torque curve works when you're towing, it pulls lower RPMs, has more bottom end grunt. This thing out-tows any truck I've owned up until this point by far. The cab doesn't like shake and rattle and squeak like some of the older trucks have. The fit and finish of this truck is absolutely money. The new screen, I believe it's a 14-inch screen. I've got a device in there, basically allows me to plug in. I can play TV shows, I can check my email, everything right there on that screen. Now, don't do that when you're driving, but if you're parked, I've got access to a full entertainment system with full browsing capability, YouTube, everything right there on that big screen in my truck. Ram is the only truck that had the balls to make a mega cab. No other truck allows you to do this. Back seats recline, and they don't just like go back a little, they go back like a solid, like probably 12 inches. Backseat passengers love this truck. But the thing I love the very most about this truck is something that everybody should be very, very, very excited about, and it's the transmission. Ram, as many of you know, has struggled for years with transmissions. They have had great trucks, great engines, and just transmissions that just don't hold up to a lot of power, or they don't last very long. The problem was with their 6-speed transmission, just couldn't keep up with the Fords and the GMs that upgraded to new 10-speed transmissions. So Ram did what we've hoped they would do for years, and they upgraded the transmission to an 8-speed ZF transmission. ZF makes phenomenal transmissions. It's this transmission that Ford's been running forever. It's just a durable, heavy-duty, long-lasting transmission. What used to happen when you would drive a Ram with a 6-speed is you'd be towing and it would be hunting for the gears. So it would upshift and downshift, and you just could never find that sweet spot because the gear ratios were too far apart. Well, you add those 2 extra gears and this truck always has the exact perfect sweet spot wherever you need, whether you're towing a big load up a hill or just cruising around town. In fact, this truck actually starts in 2nd gear when you're not in tow haul mode. I'm gonna give this truck a solid 9 out of 10. And the only reason I'm not giving it a solid 10 is because I don't know if there's anything perfect out there. I don't know of one vehicle that I could give a solid 10 to. This is about as close as it gets because it has done everything I've asked it to. And I'm just really proud to be part of a company that is proud to be American. It's proud to be loud, unapologetic. It's proud to acknowledge and own the stupid decisions that were made by previous management and now take a fresh step forward and say, no, we're Ram and we're here to kick ass. And that's exactly what we're gonna do as the Ram family. I'm sure there's so many people you're just saying like, oh, you just got paid to say that. I'm telling you right now, it took Ram 8 months to convince me that their truck is the best one on the market. And if I can't honestly experience what I've experienced in this truck, then I can't do a deal like that, because I'm never gonna come out and just say, oh, this is the best Nissan Altima in the world, because I don't like Nissan Altimas. But I can tell you that this truck has fulfilled every single thing that I've asked of it, and I'm a Ram guy now. Final thing I wanna say is this. Ram, in all of their genius, created a custom landing page that's gonna allow you guys, my viewers, to get access to the latest updates, custom incentives, all sorts of different like special cool things just for you guys. So what I want you to do, if you're interested, even if you're not ready to buy a new truck right now, but if you wanna be on the list for, you know, the newest stuff that's coming out and potentially really cool offers, click the link in my description below, put in your information. I can't promise you what's gonna come through that page, but I can tell you that I wouldn't be telling you guys to go there if it wasn't gonna be potentially really good for a lot of you who are in the market for a new truck.